Black people have been programmed to fail. This is a harsh reality that we have to address today. And this has been going on for some time now. Some of you guys might see the play being run. Some of you guys might still be in the dark. As a matter of fact, most black people are still in the dark. And all of this is our fault as a collective. And I'm going to show you why it is our fault and how black people are programmed to fail. So hopefully you guys came with your intellect today. Today is going to be an intellectual one. Not any foolishness on this one. Let's go right into it. Dysfunctional gang culture is championed when Sexy Red gets on the stage and twerks her behind. When Megan Thee Stallion gets on the stage and twerks her behind, black people applaud it. But when the black woman shows up business casual, speaking proper diction, speaking against the Sexy Reds and the Megan Thee Stallions, they call them the sellout. When you see Shannon Sharp, he can't just be a regular commentator. He has to feed into the stereotypes of black people in order for you, black people, to support it. That's why when he was on Undisputed and on CBS, he would occasionally get out that do-rag, have that yak in his right hand, and a cigarette. He has to play into the stereotypes in order for you guys to like them. Gang culture is promoted. Once you do something stupid, we champion stupidity over what's smart, which is why black people don't read. But they love to rap, smoke weed, and fornicate. Point number 2, as to why black people are programmed to fail. Media teaches us to hate each other. And it is our fault because we don't take advantage of media and show ourselves in a positive light. We don't invest in these companies, start our own companies, and show proper presentation of black people. But instead, we allow the narrative of black men to be abusive in relationships, to be ignorant, to be overly aggressive. And it doesn't help that, to a degree, we actually live up to these things in real life. I mean, look at all the crimes in Chicago, look at all the crimes in New York and all this different other stuff. They're immigrants, and then there's black people as well, unfortunately. This is why relationships don't work, because when you look at The Color Purple, when you look at Waiting to Exhale, all these different movies that show black men or black relationships so dysfunctional, it builds an inherent distrust amongst the sexes in that particular race. Not to mention in slavery, this concept was pretty much the same. In slavery, there were house Negroes, but the house Negroes, most of them were women. because the slave master would give the woman most of the duties in the house. You look at Django, Stephen was the only house Negro, male house Negro. The rest of them were women, which whenever they gave freedoms, they usually picked the black woman over you, which is why she's so quick to yell at you than she is at anybody else. Programmed to fail. This is why you can't establish hierarchy, because you keep seeing Paid in Full, The Wire, all these different things where we're deleting each other. There's no Cosby shows. And yes, I don't agree with what Bill Cosby did in his personal life, if he actually did that. But the show itself was positive. Family Matters was positive. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was positive. But what do black people watch today? The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Hip Hop of Atlanta. Ghetto, ignorant, stupid stuff that is not going to help you in real life. Programmed to fail. The lames, unfortunately, were the real ones the whole time. Willie D had a video title like that, and he's 100% right. See, while everybody else was being dysfunctional in the hood, having sex, smoking weed, shooting dice, shooting each other over territory that they don't own. If a rich guy came in and wanted to buy the land and gentrify the whole neighborhood, they could without any opposition. Plus, the thing about the gang mentality, guys, you're not going to be able to physically impose your will on everybody. Because you know what? We live in civilization. They can just dial 911, call the police come up and lock you up, and now you're done for. You're no longer a threat. You're locked away in a cage like an animal. And plus, the gangsters are only tough with other black people. They're not tough with anybody else. That's for damn sure. But the lames were the real ones all along. These were the ones studying late nights, trying to get into Spelman, trying to get into Harvard, trying to get into Berkeley, trying to get into good, prestigious colleges that are respected worldwide. They were making good money. They were speaking with good diction, like they're educated, like a highly qualified American should be. You're already assimilated to society. You're not an African, you are an American. And if you think you're not an American, go over to Russia, go over to China, go over to the Middle East. They will tell you to your face. Hell, go over to some African countries. They will tell you to your face that you're not really black. They'll say you're an American, which means what? You're not like them. It's funny to me because black people, we tend to choose all these alliances with Free Palestine and all this different kinds of stuff, as if Palestinian people actually like black people. Anyway, the last one that has programmed black people to fail: liberal politics. Now, when I say this, the automatic response is, are you going to vote for, or are you going to, champion Republicans, which, they're going to say that they're racist, right? And I'm like, yeah, they are. They have a history, just like the liberals have a history. I mean, hello, are you in America? You're black in America. Both parties have a history of being racist. So I don't want to hear anymore about racism. You should be worried about the policies that help you and yours. Because whether you want to believe it or not, black people were actually doing fine in the 50s and the late 40s. More productive, had black doctors, black Wall Street, black attorneys, black lawyers, most married in the United States. And then until LBJ signs the Civil Rights Act, and then we, as he's signing it, he's saying these N-words will vote Democrat for the next 200, 300 years. Basically promoting dysfunction in the family, destroying the family. So these are all the ways black people are programmed to fail. And if you do not step out of it and pivot in the right direction, you will be just like every other black person, failing at life. That's my video. If you guys found this educational, if you guys found this informative, don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video, man. Deuces.